Okay, here we go. 1.4 problem solving strategies. As we discuss problems, exercises, that's all dependent upon who the learner is and where they are. So, we're going to look at problem solving strategies for situations where we don't know what to always do right away. Because if you've seen the problem over and over again, then it maybe turns into an exercise. But what happens when you have to solve problems? And we're going to take these ideas with us. So we reference a famous mathematician, George Polya, and he came up with a general way of thinking about it that we then look more specifically at how to apply his ideas of understanding the problem first, devising a plan, carrying out the plan, and then looking back to see. So we can't study all the methods, but we're going to take some time to look at these kind of six ones that are common and good ones to start with, but then connect to other ones. And so, in order to begin, you understand the problem and then you devise a plan. So, these are going to be some of the ways we plan to try to solve it. And of course, there are a full list of problem solving strategies. We're going to focus on these six, three in this section and three in the next section. But you'll see a full list of different ways that you want to start to grow with your problem solving skills. The first strategy, and probably the one of the most useful, is just guessing and testing, right? And that gives you a good sense of um, how to move forward, right? It actually gives you even maybe another way to devise a plan. So it's always good to see, can I guess and test, make an initial guess? Is this the answer? And then refine it and check, because with that, it will help you see if there's any patterns in it. Now, specifically, guess and test is kind of good when we have kind of limited number of options to try. Right there, there's a kind of a range of possible solutions that may exist, and we try that. It helps you understand the problem, helps you test your ideas. So again, more important than getting the answer is just doing, trying, being exposed to some of these ideas through different types of problems. Here's a fraction problem, and again, if you're like many students, fractions uh, um, are not always fun or kind of big confusing to you. And so, but we just try and go for it. And so, what we find out in this problem, you'll see documented again in the textbook. If we look at the textbook's always going to have a lot more explanation. Or if not, I'll overlay it with the video, but you will see a longer explanation here around making the guess and then adjusting and seeing what's happening. So keep that in mind again as you're going through the video. Have the textbook open next to you so that you could use my conversation with you to guide your thinking or answer some possible questions. So you will see ultimately when you would guess something and tried it, and then I think the key thing in the initial guess that helped me is that one fourth, one third, and one half here, they're related with these fours, threes, and twos. So that's why I decided to try 24, 48, 96, or 120. We'll learn this later, but these multiples, right? What does 4, 3, 2 go into? And that's why I thought I would start with some of those numbers first to see what happens. And as we go through it, we come up with a generalization. I only did 2 examples, but I encourage you to do 3 or 4 or look at what the textbook is. Try one of your own. And I think I have 2 different ones than what was here. I started with 120, but 24 we didn't start with, and then we started with 240. And you will come out with that they always get the same amount. So keep that in mind with our process here for guessing and testing. Try now and see what we have.